Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on a couple of alder trees. We'll start with this one. This tree is not a great tree. You see it's quite... There's like all the growths at the top. It was a tall tree I collected and I did a big chop here. And then these branches are grown in, but nothing kind of grew this side. So I'm going to do a bit of work on it today and try and fix this problem. We have a bit of a bulge here which I should take out, I think. Yeah, and there's a few different things I want to do to it, so we'll get cracking with it. So I'll just bring the camera a little closer. So the first thing I've done is I've left this branch here. This branch grew this year, so I've let it grow. So my plan is to bring this branch around where we can and thread graft it through the trunk and out this side, so we have a branch over here on this side of the tree. There's none here, we need one. So I've also left this branch here grow, because I'm going to take this one off. This one here is a bit heavy on up here. It's an ugly branch, so we'll start with that. Thing, so I'm going to take that right back and get into it. Let's take it there first. Okay, so that's off. I'll just try and get that back a bit. Just clean that up. Okay, so my plan is to get this branch and somehow put it through here. Now, the only problem with this is an alder has very big buds, and we've got to try and do it without knocking any of the buds off. I'm still going to keep this branch as well, so we'll let this branch, maybe this bud back here grow out. Maybe this one, and we'll have a branch here. So we need one. I'm trying to think. We want it to kind of be going upwards and maybe slightly forward like that. So somewhere through here, I'm going to drill a hole straight through the trunk. So I've got my drill here ready, so we'll go through this angle so it's angling up slightly. Like that. Now I think we may have to go a little bit bigger. Because of the buds. You see that? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get a bigger drill bit. Normally you want to make it as tight as possible, but like I said, these buds are so big, we're going to have to get a bigger drill bit. So I'll do that. I'm just going to dig a bigger drill bit and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so we've got a bigger drill bit, so we'll just run that through there. So hopefully now that's big enough. So what I'll do, just take off these leaves. Just going to get some cling film now I'm just going to wrap the branch in it so that we hopefully protect the buds from being knocked off. Best job in the world, but we'll see how it goes. A bit of a lump there, right? So we've got that now. So what we're going to do is decide which way we're best to bend it. Last thing we need now is for this to break. Seems to want to bend this way more, so we'll go this way. Carefully. Probably gone too far with the cling film actually. Don't know if we're going to get that much through, we might. Just thread that through there. Here's too bulky. Let's take that off now. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to get much more through. It's starting to get thick now. Gotta be careful not to break it. Very gently, bit by bit. Okay. Right, we're up there. I've got that in a good bit now. Okay. So what we want to do now is make it so that stays there. So okay, that looks good. What I'll do is I'll jam something in there to pin it in. Maybe a piece of its own. Just to stop it moving. Okay, so that's in there pretty good. We did lose this last bud because it wasn't in the cling film, but it's okay. Once we got buds out here. No, I'll take that off. What I'm going to do is get some of my Buddy Adams putty sealant. It's Adam from Notion Bonsai, makes this himself. So check him out. Need something else just to scoop some out. Just wet your fingers a bit so it doesn't stick. We'll just apply it all the way around here. Seal that in. That. Another bit. Fill the hole. That should stop any creepy crawlies getting in there. Keep it nice and safe. And what I'll do then is I'll just leave that branch grow, and as it grows and thickens it'll fill the hole, and eventually we can just cut it off here. We'll keep these growing. This will help thicken this, and then we can create a branch out here then, and we'll have a branch then that we can create out here. So it'll bring the tree more branching down here. Okay, so I just need to get this cling film off now. Put my glass on this operation because we don't want to knock any buds off. So be careful with this. Okay, so as you can see, there's 4 good buds there, and we'll just let that extend and get as thick as possible to get nice, because we want that branch to be our thickest thing yet eventually. Okay, so looking at the tree, this is probably the front. The big chop is at the back, so this is probably the front for now. So need to do a bit of clean up on it. So this up here is getting quite heavy, so I'm going to take this right back. One thing with alders is you don't need to be worried about growing branches because they grow super quick. So we'll take that one off. We'll probably take this one back too. Don't take that one right back. Take that off altogether. Have this branch now as well. I've got this one just above it, so maybe we'll reduce this one right back to here. We'll let these branches grow out. And have this one above it. We'll just take off the tip of that one. I think I'll take that one right back altogether, I think. I may take that off eventually completely. This branch here, again, see these branches are quite heavy for up here, but that's all we have at the moment. Maybe I will reduce this one back, take off this one, take off some of these dead stubs that are on it. So I'm going to take that one right back to there because I want the sun to hit this one, so I don't want this one shaded out. This back branch back here, I'll just reduce that one, take off the tip there, and everything else is all underneath there. We'll take that out. Now again, we've got this big heavy branch back here, and I'm wondering, do we need it? Possibly could get rid of that. We have this one here, and we have this one back here, which we can fill in that gap. And again, it's very heavy up here. See? Yeah, I think we can get rid of that. I want to reduce as much up here as I can. So we'll take that one off. Just clean that off with cutters. Okay, so we're starting to get somewhere now. Like I said, this one can fill out. We've got a dead bit at the end of it. We'll take that off. That can fill out here. This one we can get growing out here. This guy up here again. We have this one, and I've grown this one under it. So maybe we can take off this heavy one now as well. That's what you want to kind of do with these, is grow a second branch. You can just grow it from scratch, but if you want the tree to still have some sort of shape, grow a second one. Let the second one grow a bit, and when it's grown, then take out the original one. So we have that one now. Could maybe straighten that one up a bit. Up here we'll just reduce this, we'll take off the dead stubs off it, reduce it back to here. This one we kind of want over here, I think, so I'll just put a little bit of wire on that one. You see it there now from the front, it's kind of coming forward over that one, so we want it kind of over here more, so I'll just put a little bit of wire on. Just use a recycle a bit that I've straightened off. Just put a couple of wraps around the trunk to hold it. Just put, it's heavier than I need. I just want to gently pull it out like that. And that should do. That's all I need. Because it grows so quickly, the wire bites in quickly as well, so you've got to keep your eye on them. But it does. You can see those wires going here from before. I don't know if you can see that, but it's nearly gone already. Okay, so up the top, this branch here we can take out. And we'll just take off the tips, the new branches, take off the dead stubs. That's dead, we can take that out. Okay, you see, like here now, you can just see that little bud back there. I don't know if you can see it there or not. But just under this branch here, if that's in your way, you can see there, there's another little branch growing. So what I'll do is I'll grow that branch out when it's grown out a bit. I'll cut this one off, because on these you need to kind of keep replacing the branches, because they do grow pretty fast, like I said, and pretty heavy in no time. So you want to be kind of always setting yourself up for a new branch. Again, same here, I've got one here, so I could let that one grow and take off this one eventually, or even this one. You could take them off now. You could take that off and leave that one grow, but just for the sake of having a bit of a drain rather than just a stick with loads of buds all over it, we'll just let it grow secondary. Okay, so I think we're pretty much done with this. I do think I'll nibble away at this a bit. Get rid of this big trunk here. It's kind of getting a bit reverse tape looking. It's going to be a big scar, but it'll heal over quick enough. Clean off the edge a bit. Okay, so we'll just seal up our wounds now. Any cut points. Could put the putty on this as well, but I find it's just easier just to put this stuff on. These ones as well. Okay, I think we're okay now. So eventually we'll try and turn this ugly tree into something half decent. And like I said, once this bottom branch fills in and we can create a big pad out here, we'll have one up here and we'll start creating it like that. This one can fill out the back and then it should be okay. So that's that one. I'll keep you updated on it. Like that, this may take a couple of years just to let it grow and thicken up to fill the hole, but we're in no rush. Okay, so I'll just get the next tree now. Okay, so this is the next tree. As you see, it's all hollowed out, it's rotting away from the inside, but it is growing still pretty strong. So I will just pause the video a second and I will go over it. Just get rid of all these dead leaves off it and then we'll come back and have a look. Okay, so again with this one, it's getting quite congested. The end of the branches are getting pretty thick. I mean, these two branches weren't there when I collected this tree, and they were literally like that one I just put through. From the last one, they were just like whipped, growing one up there and one here, which I left grow. Put a bit of wire on them. You see the wire bit in, scarred it a bit, but it's nearly gone. And you can see how thick they've grown in few years. They grow pretty fast, and I'd say if you let them grow long, because I don't let the branches grow long, they grow probably twice as fast again, so they do grow super fast, these. So what I'm going to do is just go in and thin them out a bit, take off all the dead stubs. Scissors, and like here we've got a bunch of branches all coming off the same place, so I'm gonna take out this one actually is coming from underneath, is it? Yeah, this one is coming from underneath there, so I'll take that one out there and take the tip off. Take off some of these buds. So it's just basically reduced to 2 branches now. Again, up here we've got a few growing. We'll get rid of a couple of them. Might leave just one. Take off the top here, leave these 2 buds. So then that's thinned out nicely. Go in now and have a look at this one. Reduce all that back. I might reduce that right back. There's a lot of buds up there we can work with. Again, just reduce that back. Take off the 10. Bud. Okay, so we've got that nicely thinned out. You can see how congested they get. Leave them just fill out. So again, we'll first of all take off all the dead stubs and see what we're left with. Now again, here now there's one growing under here, and then we've a heavy one above it. So I'm going to take that whole heavy one off, with all them buds on it, and clean this off a bit. I'm wondering, should I take all them off? But this here does help fill this out, so maybe I'll just reduce this one off here. Just thin it out like that a bit. I think I'll take off this bottom one. I don't think I'll be using this one in the future. Okay, so we'll look at this one back here now again. Take off all the dead stubs off it. Take that one right back. Take this one out completely. So the one just behind it. Take out that centre bit. It's dead anyway. Okay. Take off that bud there. This bud underneath we'll take out. Okay, so that's thin that one out. Let's go with this track one. With one here, which is very close to this one, so I'll take that whole one out there. Okay, that's reduced that one back nicely. Take that bud off. Okay, this they put out buds all over old wood everywhere on these, so it's got to keep rubbing off the buds on it. They're all down here, look. We've got a slug here, we'll get rid of him. All these little buds that are popping up, you can't see that with the camera. All down here, there's all little buds just popping up everywhere, so we'll get rid of them. So we'll have to clean this with a brush in a minute. More under here we'll get rid of. Okay, so again we'll go up here. Maybe I will pause the video and I'll do the rest of this, otherwise it's going to be going on a bit long. Okay, so I think I'm done with the pruning for now. This is a kind of a spooky looking tree, like something you'd find in an old graveyard or something. And what I will do is just give the trunk a bit of a cleaning, get some of this moss off it. Down first, and then I'll just scrub that off. As it is, the tree's rotting from the inside out, so we don't want it rotting from the outside in as well. So we'll give it a cleaning. The wire we can probably cut now, because this tree won't be coming out to this pot now, I would say. It's well and truly clamped in. I'll leave this one because it's only hanging over the knuckle there anyway. It's not going to damage anything. And again, this will be sprayed for the winter, so we spray it for protection from all bugs and eggs and things that might be on it. Now the last thing I will do with it is I'm going to paint the wood with a hardener. So I have this hardener here, so let's get a little bowl or something. And we have something that doesn't have a hole in it. I got this one here, this should do. Oh no, that won't do. That's a some gold paint in it, so the gold paint, as soon as it hit it, lifted the gold paint. And we've got this nice little bucket, and this will do us. That's got holes in it. Right, let's find something that doesn't have holes in, and we'll come back. Okay, got this little Chinese looking pot. We just plug that light in there. That'll light up the place. Little brass pots, we'll use that. A little bit of that in there. Now we'll just get our paintbrush. Just use this one. We'll just paint out all the dead wood with it. Just might help it last another. Up here it's okay where it's dry, but inside here where it's not dry, it's just rotting away more and more. Smells a lot better than lime sulphur, this stuff. Although, I'd say you get a bit of a headache from it if you had it. Smells a bit too long. When you touch the wood, it tends to just soak in. Well, it's dry anyway, so it's just soaking right in. This then will kind of give it a hard shell. Let's do it here. Whew, it's getting strong, alright. Need a bit more. The bugs don't like it, the spiders are running everywhere, trying to get away from it. Yeah, I've kind of scraped it out and give it a brush and get as much loose stuff out as I can. So I'll just dab this on over everything now. It should hopefully just soak in. I did want it to rot out, so I left it rotting away just to give it a bit of character, because the bottom was just like a big square lump. But now it's kind of rotted out more than we need, or as much as we need, so okay, I think that should do us. Just help it anyway a bit. Whew, that's strong. Okay, so that'll be it for this video. Hopefully our other one, this guy, our thread graft will work, and we will keep you up to date on it anyway and let you know how it's getting on. But it should be fine. It's got buds on it, so they'll open up in the spring, and like I said, I'll just let this branch grow. Unlike that, these guys you can just keep on top of the pruning, because they do grow pretty crazy, pretty strong, pretty fast, and they thicken up. Like I said, these two branches were like this when they started a few years ago. Okay, so that's it for this video. I've got to get out of here because it's pretty strong. So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.